MrBeast, the world's most popular YouTuber, recently told the Wall Street Journal he has negative money. And I've also heard stories and interviews with Elon Musk saying he's borrowing money, he's sleeping on people's couches. I don't think these guys tell these stories so that you feel badly for them, but I think you need to understand that they're playing a different game than the rest of us. This is the difference between income and wealth. MrBeast is worth $2.5 billion, supposedly, but he says he doesn't have enough money in the bank to buy fast food. Now, MrBeast is not out of cash, despite the fact that he seems to be a pretty generous guy and he spends a lot of money on his productions and gives a lot of money and a lot of things away. He's cash poor primarily because he reinvests in his business and because he doesn't pull a lot of cash out of the business. And it turns out this is a pretty brilliant tax strategy. When you're worth billions of dollars, it's relatively easy to go and borrow money for your living expenses. And then you just need to generate enough money from your business to pay back that loan over time. But every dollar that he pulls out through a loan is actually tax-free. Elon does the same thing. He's got billions of dollars of Tesla or SpaceX stock, and people will lend him money against that. It's secured, so if he ever doesn't pay the loan, they just foreclose in a sense and take those shares back. But it's a way to avoid paying taxes on that income. This is actually a pretty common strategy for like real estate investors, or if you have a large stock portfolio. Rather than selling a piece of property and having to pay capital gains, or rather than selling some of your shares and having to pay tax on that, you can borrow against them, of course, repay the money over time, but you don't have to pay income tax on that. Contrast this with somebody who's making a few $100,000 or a few $1,000,000 a year as income, and they're going to pay a lot of tax on that. MrBeast actually mentions how he doesn't love talking about his personal finances, but this is the reality that this kid at 27 years old is living in. He's got massive wealth. He could sell 10% of his business and put $500,000 in the bank, but the IRS is going to come knocking at his door for their piece of that. By borrowing against his wealth, he's able to do this tax-free and still maintain his lifestyle.